fabulous feeling it is to be able to welcome you all to this very, very special edition of Is It Shit? With me, Dan Peters, and
me, Sean Vincent.
And today we are going to be looking at...
We're not going to be looking at anything in particular. We're not doing a review today. This is like a discussion or a public service announcement.
Cerebral.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's time we did some stuff that wasn't necessarily discussing a piece of gear, but the use of gear in general. I think this industry is particularly notorious for getting people into some kind of habit where they feel the need to keep buying
bits of kit,
plugins, gear, more plugins, more gear. You know, it's one of those things where people can really spiral out of control, and you get into a headspace where you think, I'll just save that mix until I've got this next plugin. I'll just save this until I've got these new set of monitors. I won't do that yet until I've got my new compressor. And it's like, do you know what? There is no magic piece of gear. There is no magic plugin. There isn't anything you're missing that is stopping you from finishing a mix or a master and doing a good job of it. That's in your head. That's marketing. It's really easy to be led down that path.
Well, having said that, you say this, Sean, you know, we've recently, through doing this series, come across many, many great plugins, which, as we have discussed, have improved our mixes exponentially, you know, and we've talked about there being various thresholds. In fact, we talked about the TC finalizer being one of these sort of sonic thresholds where everybody got a finalizer and it changed everybody's mixes for the better. Loudness wars, all of that, that's a whole different conversation. So maybe there are magic plugins or pieces of gear that do make a difference, in fact.
I think there are watershed moments where things come along that make things easier and give us the opportunity to get more professional sounds without having to scratch our heads quite so much. But do mixes sound any better than they did 20, 30 years ago? No, I don't know.
No, but they weren't using plugins 20 or 30
No,
years
they weren't.
It's 20 years ago they were, because you were writing reviews for them.
Yeah, I was, 100%. I'm reviewing plugins when they first came out. But yeah, they give us opportunities to do things at a price point that maybe wasn't possible before. That's probably what it is. But there's still the big thing I want to get across is that there isn't a magic bullet. There isn't something that is going to make everything sound better. There isn't something you haven't discovered yet that makes, you know, gear-wise or plugin-wise that is going to fix everything.
So please send your mixes to us for very competitive prices on mixdowns and mastering.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah, definitely.
So you make a good point. Obviously, skill and ears over kit. But how many EQs do you need? How many?
This is a bit like. I think it's quite interesting. So, like, me and you both do a bit of teaching at university.
We do.
And quite often when I'm teaching people Logic, I use all the built-in Logic stuff because there's not many other plugins on the system. So I'm using the basic Logic compressors, the basic Logic EQs, the basic EQ, you know, the delays and the reverbs and all the rest of it. I can get to a place where I'm 95% happy. You know, these extra expensive third-party plugins are the very last bit of like sheen. Do you know what I mean? The difference isn't night and day. It's just a little bit, and it's more familiarity. If you're looking for that 1176 sound, then an 1176 plugin will get you there quickly. But you can do that with a Logic standard compressor. You just won't get there as quick.
I've got to say that I think the compressors, particularly in Logic, not that we're being specific, are very good. However, I think there are a lot of plugins in Logic that actually sound pretty thin and
that's true.
Fuzzy. The EQs, I'm not a big fan of. I don't know. I think we're getting to a stage now where especially the sort of kit plugins that we're looking at that replicate old bits of kit do make.
Oh, they've come a long way. You know, I think we all got sucked in a little bit when Wave started putting out all that stuff that emulated hardware, and then we sort of all bought into that for a bit. And now, when you listen to it, you think, it doesn't really, does it? It's pretty way off, some of it. In fact, some of it is just linear, digital. You know, they're not anything like some of the things they were purporting to sound like. So I think we've come a long way, you're right. It's interesting, let's see what you think. What do you genuinely think? Are plugins that are emulating hardware, are they making things easier? Are they making things better? Are they making no difference? Do they just make it more fun?
Is there anybody out there just using stock plugins in your DAW? Is there anybody that refuses or doesn't use any additional plugins?
I bet there is. Be interesting. So anyway, get in the comments, tell us what you do. And also tell us what you want. What do you want from us? What do you want more of? Hardware, plugins, what kind of stuff? Tell us if there's anything we're not reviewing that we should be. And while we're at it, we do every now and again get a comment about why we're not reviewing the latest thing that just came out. That's kind of not what we do. You'll see everybody else reviewing the same plugin on the same week because it's just come out and they've been sent an NFR version. We're not doing that. We're just chugging through the stuff we like in any old order, and that's kind of it. And we're not really marketing other people's plugins for them, so we'll review it when we want to.
And on that basis, please subscribe to the channel and do click for notifications so you can be, well, notified.
Notified when we're reviewing something really old that you might already have.
Notified and ancient.
Rings a bell. See you later.